Crime against you at home, sometimes going unsolved because of a backlog at local DNA labs.
Tonight, KOLD News 13's Jenna Lee takes us inside a problem affecting your safety and money.
They broke in through my front window. I kind of freaked out a little at first. All right, I got to call the cops.
Justin Quinn is one of more than 3,000 burglary victims in the Tucson area just last year.
Not only did they clean out my house, they had also attacked my dog. She had a bunch of blood on her mouth.
More than 6 months later, he still doesn't know who did it, and neither do the police.
They actually did a DNA swab on the blood on her mouth. I think they took a few pieces of evidence to see if they could lift prints off of those too.
Right now, there's no word if the evidence has even been processed because of a problem happening at the Department of Public Safety and Tucson Police crime labs.
Our primary backlog is those cases of burglaries and vehicle thefts.
James Machula's team of 20 at DPS has a backlog of 3,500 cases, with more coming in every day.
We probably get about 1,000 cases a month submitted to us.
Those cases include running forensic tests on anything from DNA at the scene of a homicide, blood alcohol of a drunk driver, bullets of a drive-by shooting, or the fingerprints of a burglar.
There's the pressure of having that backlog.
I'm told the backlog is the result of a reduction in federal funding and a lack of forensic scientists.
We have about 14 vacancies.
And just like a domino effect, that problem impacts the Pima County Attorney's Office.
So often in our property crimes cases and burglaries, we wait for almost a year before we can even charge the case, making the case old before it ever even starts.
Beginning in 2014, the Pima County Sheriff's Office opted to bypass the DPS lab altogether because of the backup. I want you to take a look at this for me. Deerfield Beach, Florida. That's where the majority of the cases from PCSD to potentially solve crime are being sent for testing at a cost of $215,000 every year, according to this contract. But the cost to do that doesn't end once the tests are complete. It can cost up to $1,800 a day for the county attorney to bring in an expert witness for trial from that private lab.
So we have to pay to fly them in, we have to pay for their days of testimony, we have to pay for their testing, we pay for their trial preparation.
Through my research, I found it cost the Pima County Attorney's Office thousands of dollars last year on expert witness fees tied to that lab.
Anytime the government needs to spend money to do its job, obviously, that affects the taxpayers.
Money aside, the victims of these crimes going unsolved because of the backlog?
It's a scary thing, and you really feel violated.
Feel this waiting game has gone on for too long.
I've kind of given up a little bit, and that's not really, it's not what I want.
Earlier this year, the Pima County Sheriff's Department renewed its contract with that private lab through 2018. I also checked in on the TPD crime lab. It's experiencing a backlog of 2,500 cases. Right now, a single DNA test takes about 111 days to process. Jenna Lee, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.
Here are tonight.